two, three. Hey guys, it's Tom here for the AoStation, here with Noah.
Yep.
100% more Noah. And
All the Noah you need.
this is our fourth episode of the AoStation, where we discuss games in the AOS slash no mobile genre, such as Dota 2, Dota 1, Heroes of North, and League of Legends. Um, Unfortunately, there hasn't been a Dota 1 patch in a while, so we're just going to be touching on Dota 2, League of Legends, and Heroes of North today. Um, I guess we'll start off with Dota 2, just because it's the shortest. It's actually really small. Dota 2 update. They added Clinkz, which he's not really. I don't really think he's a very relevant hero. He's
Well, I
kind of
mean, he
like
doesn't. It's not like he's got, all that unique game design swag going
a.
on.
He's just kind of a pub stomper, really. There you go.
Stand on hill,
Yeah,
activate fire arrows, strafe at will.
he's
Yeah,
he's
he's not
kind of
really.
he's kind of just a pub stomp hero. He doesn't really have a place in competitive
Well,
play.
he's got the Ricky Maru effect of lol, you're countered, and now you're just free farm all game for the enemy team.
Wait. The Ricky Maru.
Ricky Maru,
I'm sorry,
I
son.
see you.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Suns fan, but that's hilarious.
it's a
What
little
else?
funny.
What else is here? Fixed a bunch of stuff with BeZerkeR, which they implemented last patch. La 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 la. Fixed
I
a
have
bunch of
yet to
stuff.
try, by the way. I need to get on that.
He's really
I
fun.
really like Invoker. I just need to remember. I need to
Ooh,
memorize his abilities again. His
here's
spell combos.
here's something for you, Noah. They added a dash ping command, which is
Oh,
good.
thank
Because
God.
before you had to go into your console and
Yeah,
activate them.
with a whole
It's not
shit
that
ton of.
hard, but whatever. So
Yeah.
that's pretty much it for Dota 2 right now. So I guess that means we're going to go on to League of Legends.
Yeah, you can take that away.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
all you.
As you guys probably already know, neither of us actually play League of Legends very often, but we do like to keep up on current events just in case we get interested and want to jump in there.
And we used to. We're not totally
Yeah,
ignorant.
yeah, we're not
Like we
scrubs.
played a lot of it.
We
We
played in
just
beta. We
stopped
played for a year
because
after beta. We know what's
yeah,
going on. We just would rather play other games at this point.
yeah.
Um, so I guess the most notable thing is this the locket. They're adding a new item called the Locket of Iron Solari. Do 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 do. Which I guess
Pockets.
this is it. Yeah, it increases your health by 300, armor by 35. Gives you an aura that gives nearby heroes 15 health regen every 5 seconds, and it has a unique active that shields yourself and nearby allies, absorbing damage.
That sounds kind of crazy, actually.
That's cool. That's I mean
That's some big regen
that's cool. But it's
for a
it's every
passive.
every it's every 5 seconds,
Oh yeah, that's right, because League does it.
that's like
League does
one
regen
point
differently.
something every sec. I don't know.
All right, yeah, I guess it's not too bad then.
And
That's still pretty good though for like pushing.
they're changing Stark's fervor.
Oh
Um,
really?
yeah,
That item's been around for a long time.
yeah, it has. It gives you now 150. Sorry, 250 health.
Hmm.
A unique passive which gives you 15% cooldown reduction,
The
and a
fuck?
unique aura that gives everyone around you lifesteal and attack speed.
Okay, so they didn't get rid of
They didn't get
what
rid of
it
the. They
was.
didn't. Yeah,
All right, that's good. That would be weird.
yeah, and they also changed the thing that you turn into Stark's fervor and made it. It was the emblem of valor. Made it plus 25 armor and a unique aura that gives nearby allies plus 10 health regen. I think it used to be like a really basic version of Stark's fervor. Like it used to give you like
The emblem was
life
just like 15% lifesteal,
lifesteal.
or
Yeah,
like
right.
10% lifesteal,
Yeah.
and like a little bit. I don't even know if it gave you attack speed. I think it might have just been lifesteal and like a little bit of health.
Okay.
So
Well,
that's pretty big. That's pretty big.
now it gives you health regen and armor, which is interesting.
Yeah, I don't know
Um.
if it was necessary, but it's pretty big.
Yeah, I don't know either. But I feel a little unprepared right now. But let me.
Are we
Well,
ever prepared?
no, shut up. It's because it's because I forgot to get that link to the new hero.
BeZerkeR or the
The
League One?
Ziggs guy.
Ziggs.
There you go. There's a picture of him. He looks like what are they called? Yordles. He's like a Bomberman Yordle.
He is a Yordle, yeah.
Nothing's really been explained about him yet. I don't think. Oh no, there is his skills. Excuse me. So we can go over that. This is the first time we're reading this, by the way. His passive is short fuse, Every 12 seconds, Zig's next basic attack deals bonus magic damage. This cooldown is reduced every time he uses an ability. Okay, so the more he spams ability, the more damage he deals with his attacks. Easy.
Yep.
His first ability is Bouncing Bomb. He throws a Bouncing Bomb. Wow.
Gotta give it to the creative team there. It's some solid
Well,
naming abilities.
uh, I think that actually does, not to go on a rant here, but I think that actually does kind of represent in different ideals when it comes to game design between Riot and S2, because what I seem to find with S2 is that um, they're really going away from the old Dota model, which was simple is best.
Yep.
Like you take a hero like Sven, incredibly simple, but he works really well. Then you have a hero like Midas, who has like 12 different components to all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Neither is necessarily good or bad, but it's definitely a difference. And I think with this, or some
I mean, we're
heroes.
definitely not in ladder skills anymore.
No, no, no. It's true. It's true. We're not using Warcraft 3 ladder skills. But I think there was some beauty when it came to using really simple skills to create a really interesting hero. I thought that was a really interesting when some Dota heroes worked so well. And I think Riot Games is using um, some of that game design philosophy in some of their heroes. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't necessarily. I just zoomed in on you picking it. Sorry.
I'm not picking my
I
nose.
know, I know.
I'm scratching my Invisistash,
I
man.
know. I just accidentally like zoomed in on you. Okay. So the second ability is Satchel Charge, and he flings. Okay, he throws another explosive that detonates after 4 seconds, or when the ability is activated again. The explosive deals magic damage and knocks him away, and Ziggs is also knocked away. Okay, so it sounds like a mix between um, NG from Heroes of Newerth and his keg, and what's it called? The time bomb from
Zillion's
Bombardier.
time bomb?
Bombardier.
Oh, sticky bomb.
Yeah, sticky bomb. It's like he throws it and then he can detonate it whenever he wants, but it also pushes him and enemies away. So you could use it to like escape, I guess. That's interesting. Hexplosive minefield. Haha. Ziggs scatters proximity mines that detonate on enemy contact, dealing magic damage and slowing. Okay.
That name is so bad.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
Like
That's
one funny
interesting.
cosmetic point that I have to make is Heroes of New Earth writing is really terrible. Like all of their lore and stuff, it's really terribly written, full of typos, and it's just not good. But like League of Legends has some really solid writers and like well written stuff, but then they just do stuff like that, and it hurts.
It blows it all out of the water. All the integrity that it once had.
It it explodes it
Hey,
out of the
wait,
water,
wait,
man.
wait. What was that game? What was that?
Exoskeleton. That was actually an AOS, so it's kind of relevant.
Expl-
That should have never
what
happened.
game was that? Oh God, I forget.
Was it Realm of the Immortals? No. Rise of
Uh,
the Titans? No, that's the Chinese one.
I have no idea, dude. Whatever.
Shit. All you need to
Um,
know is there was a dude who was a skeleton,
Scorpion.
scorpion, and his exoskeleton exploded, and it was called Exoskeleton. Nah,
Yeah,
nah.
shut up.
Fuck
Okay.
you.
Mega Inferno Bomb. Really, really? Yeah, some of
Super
these.
Mega Death. Lasers.
Hey, it's better than level death question mark.
Hey man, don't doubt the extensive ingenuity of Ice
Yeah,
Frog.
really. Okay. Yeah, he deploys his ultimate creation. I'm not even gonna read it again. Hurling it an enormous distance. Enemies in the primary blast zone take damage. Okay, so it's like Gragus's thingy,
Long
except it
range.
doesn't knock back. Yeah,
There we go.
it looks impressive though. This it's on the screen right now. It looks pretty impressive for LoL standards.
Yeah.
I like the hero too. He looks like a little
Lol's,
what
Lol's
is he?
pretty good with their aesthetics.
What was he called? What's the guy's name? He rides motorcycles over like big jumps.
Uh, what? Doctor Evil?
I
No.
forget his name.
Wait, was it Doctor Evil Knievel?
Evil Knievel. There we go. Woo!
Doctor Evil.
Doctor Evil.
One
$1 million.
million dollars.
Okay. So that's
Shit.
Ziggs the little Yordle bomber. Go check him out. He'll probably be $1 billion. Um,
And people will buy them and then
because
cry
the
because
the
they're bad.
Chinese government wants your money. Um, so on that note, we're gonna go to Heroes of Newerth. And it just so happens Noah
Yeah.
plays that game. So
I like how you have to announce this every game.
I
Like,
don't.
is there gonna be an episode where it's like,
I,
sadly, nobody plays this game?
that's
I'm
every
afraid we're pulling
episode.
all of this out of her ass.
That's every episode
Yeah,
with
for
League of
League.
Legends. None of us play League of Legends, so it's kind of every episode.
But
Okay.
yes, I do play Heroes of Newerth. Lots
Yes.
of it. So
Yes. Okay.
I will give you the
He
news.
is our Heroes of Newerth correspondent.
I need
So
my glasses again. Fucking see these patch notes.
we have two big things to talk about when it comes to Heroes of Newerth. Oh, not you. Sorry. First of all, they have the big balance patch, which they always kind of talk about
And it
whenever
takes
the
way too
game
long to come out.
whenever the game gets in trouble. They go, "Oh, no, don't worry. Big balance patch is coming out soon." And then it takes a month or 2 months or 3 months, and then one does come out eventually. But let's go over that real quick. Celebration. Oh yeah, Golden Emperor Pharaoh. He looks really cool. It's when he uses his mummies, it's the terracotta soldiers instead of mummies, which is cool. But everything else is the same.
Yep. Although it does look more befitting of a Cell Force alt. Just the entire style of the model looks very
Oh,
Cell
He
Force-ish.
does, yeah. Boop doop. Fixed a bunch of issues. No one cares. They normalized a bunch of gold things like for tower kills and Kongor and other structures. They
Huts and meatballs, man.
well,
You gotta get that meatball.
they actually been doing. I like this a lot because in Warcraft, which Dota is obviously based off
Too
of,
much RNG, and
yeah,
even little
literally
RNG,
everything.
it's just not necessary.
Literally everything had RNG for no reason. It's kind of like the difference between StarCraft 1 and Warcraft 3. In StarCraft 1, a Dragoon is always going to do, what was that, like 11 damage? It's always going to do that amount of damage, all the time.
Right.
Whereas in Warcraft, a Druid of the Talon might do like 11 through 14. And in a game where there's like 20 of those guys all attacking a button, it doesn't matter. Like those tiny little RNGs don't matter. There's really no point to them at all. So what Heroes of Newerth is really doing is they're going into all the little things that don't matter, like bounty gold for killing things, and making it normalized. So instead of getting a number between 300 and 400 for killing Kongor, you get 350. It just makes sense. It makes perfect sense. There's no reason to not have that. So
There's like some
um,
weird glare shit going on over here. Look like Jesus. Keep talking. I
you
was
look
trying
you
to.
look you look fine. Don't worry about it.
Alright.
They fixed, don't care, fixed, don't care, fixed. They buffed Energizer, which who nobody uses ever. So
Although
is
it's
it meta
actually
now?
pretty ridiculous. Like, I don't see it picked up a lot
I always picked it up.
except
Oh, excuse me.
on Master of Arms. It's really popular pickup because like I look at it and as always something better in slot I'd rather get, but it is realistically a good item. You
Yeah,
know, flat edgy boost and
I
making
always
you
got
move
it on
super
Flint.
fast. It's pretty funny. On Flint, yeah, it could be good on
Call me
Flint
a
for.
noob, but I would always get that early Wraith Band or whatever, and then upgrade it to that. But next one is Genjuro. Slow no longer goes through Magic Immunity. Do you think that
That's.
really matters?
I mean,
Does anybody actually get Genjuro? That's a
oh
question.
yeah, it's a Swiftblade meta now. Everyone rushes Shroud. It's really obnoxious actually.
That's
If you go
awful.
Shroud Blade, you're a huge scrub. I'm sorry, you are.
Well,
But
I
like
am, but
people
yeah.
do it. Lots of people do it. It's fairly popular because Genjuro, I don't want to say it's OP because it's like the most expensive item in the game. So that in itself is a big balance thing. But like you can go invisible, shank someone for like 30 bazillion damage, go invisible and then shank him again. Especially if you have like crits and stuff like I think that shit hurts.
Oh well.
So and I mean that's this to go back to this change though, it's really just common sense.
Yeah. Well,
It's a magic damage slow. It shouldn't go
that actually
magic
brings
slow.
up a whole nether rant um, about magic immunity and what that really implies. The problem with Dota, or at least the problem I see in Dota, and in games like Heroes of North that are branched off of it, is that there's obviously magic and there's ways to become immune to magic, but then like that in itself is a perfectly closed system. You know what I mean? You have magic, then you have a way to counter it. But it's not like a hard counter most of the time. There's no item that literally just makes you magic immune all the time, ever. So it's more just like a situational counter.
Unless you're Rampage, in which case you
Whatever.
might as fucking well be.
But then for some reason they said, oh, you know what? Ultimates go through magic immunity. Just for kicks.
Well, certain ultimates.
exactly. It's first of all, it's so inconsistent. And second of
And
all, there's no point
yeah,
to
and
having it go through
they
magic
don't do
immunity.
damage. They just do like a hold effect. Say if you're Devo or if you're Succubus or whatever, like you'll blow your cooldown on them and you'll hold them in place, but it won't do damage.
Yeah, and it's like
Engineers all will though.
the
Engineers
whole
all
point. The whole
goes through.
point of magic immunity is to be immune to magic. Why the hell would you make these tiny little obscure like? Well, wait. In this
You're a
case, it doesn't
little
really.
immune to magic.
Yeah, in this case, it doesn't really do that, but does this, and it's like just why don't you just make a very clean, simple system? If you're magic immune, da da da, you're magic immune. That would make sense. But
Yeah,
whatever.
not a little bit.
That's just my rant for the day.
It's valid.
Um,
It's a little thing though.
Second thing on the list. Oh, well, second, more like 100th. But Helm of the Black Legion is getting an not a nerf, a change.
This is actually a pretty huge thing.
Do you think it's a nerf? Well,
I
first of all, let's
think
actually say what it is.
yeah.
It's now charge based. Sorry. It starts with oh no, it has 20 charges maximum, and
It
you
does start at
lose.
20 though. On purchase, it'll start at 20.
Okay, on purchase it'll start at 20, and loses 5 per hero, tower, or boss attack, and 1 per creep. Gains a charge uh, every time that you move 400 units of measurement, and it won't block unless there are enough charges. So you block instead of having an RNG percent chance to block physical damage, you block damage based on charges.
Yep.
Capiche? And the more you move, the more charges you build up.
So on some heroes, mostly ranged carries that used to pick it up, it'll be less useful. But on things like Rampage and Raw, it's still gonna be same old meta because you're always moving. So it's actually not.
It's like a
I thought
nerf
of it.
buff. It puts
Yeah,
it in its an appropriate place
it's weird. It
where it
balances
should
out
be.
a little bit. I think it was necessary. It doesn't really make it any less powerful than it was though, which
Hmm.
should probably still happen.
Yeah, what I like is that it nerfs it on ranged like carries.
Yeah, well, I mean,
But
if you're in the back, you shouldn't be in
exactly.
the back and indestructible.
But
I mean,
that's yeah. But then again, I hate Rampage with a passion. So anything that buffs Rampage is a no-no for me.
Rampage,
Um,
unreasonable.
okay, so let's go on. Nullstone fixed a wonky effect no one cares about. Ring of
Ring of Swords.
Sorcery buffed it. Oh no, nerfed it.
No,
Jesus.
they
Oh
nerfed it. It's actually a pretty huge nerf. A lot of people
yeah,
complain about it, especially in my
yeah.
class.
Well, just so for anybody that doesn't know, Ring of Sorcery is an item used mainly on people that don't have enough mana to regain mana. So the fact that they're buffing the mana cost, pretty much what it is it gives you an ability that costs mana, but it gives you and everyone around you mana,
Substantially more mana
substantially
than
more
the
mana.
cost to use
But
it.
the whole point of that is like if you don't have a very big mana pool, you'll be able to use it to fill up some of your mana. And 40 mana isn't much for like Zeus or some intelligence character, but someone like Tiny or Hammerstorm who doesn't have much mana and needs this item for their mana, having a 40 mana cost ability when
Yeah,
you only
and
have like
honestly,
200 mana is a lot.
you're gonna be using this when you're in like dire straits. Like you need that last spell, and you're
Mm.
like trying to juke some dude and then give it to him right in the grill. But like
So
this
if
40 mana is actually gonna be a big difference, and it's already been a big difference. I've seen a lot of people struggle with it because they just don't have that extra mana. I think
mm.
it's necessary because I was seeing way too many teams stack Ring of Sorcery.
Oh geez.
Like 3 people get them, then the whole team never runs out of mana, and that's just like kind of unreasonable. And I mean, it still happens, but now it's yeah, people aren't going to get what we like to call in the business mystery mana, where you look like you have 0 mana and then you pull a spell out of your ass, which is just like illegitimate.
Well, I have a
So
question for you. Um, or do I? No, I do. Do you think that that whole stacking Ring of Sorceries is such a big deal that they should add a like a mechanism debuff to it, like that you couldn't be affected by Ring of Sorcery for the next X amount of seconds?
I think that would be reasonable because it's just like it's true that you're taking up a slot, like an item slot in someone's inventory when maybe they could have something better. But when you have 2 or 3 people running around keeping the entire team at full mana, and honestly, every game I've been playing of Han lately has led into just people traveling around as 5 men and never leaving each other's side. So yeah, it's really obnoxious. It's really tough to deal with, and you don't want to have to like everyone on your team pick up Nullfire Blades to compensate for it. Like it's just stupid. It's not a meta. It's like a pub meta.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the next thing is they nerfed Shield Breaker by increasing its cost and making it so. Oh wait, sorry. They nerfed Savage Mace so that it no longer stacks with itself, and they nerfed Shieldbreaker, increasing its cost, and Deflection Pierce. What is that?
Some things had a chance, like Helm of the Black Legion, it would just go through it.
Oh,
Like it would just
okay.
it wouldn't reduce the damage because it's technically deflection. It's deflecting a certain amount of damage, and for whatever reason, Shieldbreaker went through that and went through other deflection-y things. Like I think how Sandwraith's aura deals damage, like deflects damage in an area around him, reduces like a tiny portion of it and reflects it.
Yeah.
I think it would go through that too. So it was just like a weird mechanic that didn't really make any
Well,
sense.
that's almost like their magic community thing. It's just like, why have a system where like one thing reflects against something? Oh, but then this thing reflects against like just
Yeah,
what the
it's
like? Why have a counter to a
overcomplicated.
counter to a counter? Just make it simple. Christ, kids. Sorry.
They made Gemini, son. They're not making anything simple.
Souls Bulwark. Armor
They
lowered.
decreased the values on it by one.
Okay. Well, I
So
mean, whatever. I
it now gives or removes
It
four
was
armor.
super meta when I played, but
That's
has
because
that
it's
changed?
it's no, it's still a
Oh,
fantastic pickup. Everyone gets it. Well, and by everyone I mean people it makes sense on, like Raw and Rampage, and
yeah.
they seem to be the two best examples for everything tanky because they're picked so often.
Yeah, no need to have any other strength throws, really.
No,
Just
you
Raw
really
and
just don't.
Rampage. Okay.
Raw's jokes.
Storm Spirit, an interesting change. I don't really necessarily like it, but it's interesting. Um, Now it lasts for 2 seconds. Well, pretty much what it does is it puts a person in a tornado, makes them invulnerable. Excuse me. But now it lasts for 2 seconds, and after they land, they're perplexed, which means they can't use items for zero point 0.5 seconds. What this does is well, in old trick used to be to pick up this and Portal Key. And with Portal Key, it goes on cooldown if you get attacked. So what you would do is you would Storm Spirit yourself, and that would give the Portal Key enough time to cool down. And then right when you're done Storm Spiriting, you'd blink away. But with this change, you can't use items for the first zero point 0.5 seconds. So that gives enough time for somebody to attack you and put your Portal Key on cooldown. Pretty much nerfing that strategy altogether.
But it's weird that it was implemented because it legitimately only changes that. That's
Yeah.
really the only thing that it affects is PK pickups,
Mm.
and it's such a weird thing to put it. It was I know it was like competitively requested to make it more of an offensive item and less of a defensive item. So I guess that's why they implemented it. I don't really feel it was necessary,
Yeah.
but
Well, let's break this down.
it's just how it goes.
First of all, they lowered the duration, right? So that's a direct nerf to Storm Spirit. They literally just lowered the duration, correct? It used to be like
Yeah,
2.5 or whatever.
yeah.
Okay. So that's a direct nerf. They lowered the duration. And um the perplexed is weird, so that it completely negates that whole strategy, pretty much.
Yep.
But then again, that strategy could be defensive or offensive. A person with PK, if you Storm Spirit them, could get away for free with the Portal Key.
I think
So,
it'd make more sense if it silenced them personally or something like that
well,
for
yeah,
point
well,
0.5 seconds.
that would give it a lot more utility. This is literally just like, no, you can't use. They could literally just change the tooltip to no, you can't use Portal Key. No,
Yeah, because that's really all it
this is
affects. Like,
literally all it does. No one's gonna
yeah,
use an
that's
item
definitely
that
not in there to stop those last second codexes that people pull out when they're drop
Oh
out of
yeah,
storms.
big
That
blades,
just doesn't happen.
Prodex. Okay.
Prodex, none of the skill,
Vortex.
all of the kills.
None of the skill, all the kills. That's good. Okay, so let's get on some of the heroes because this is a pretty big patch. Um,
We're gonna go through,
Aluna,
get a lot of number changes.
holy tit balls, that is very long. Okay, um, Aluna, la 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 la. Let's just break it down to nerf and buff, and so you do every other one. I'll start with Aluna. You do every other one. So just like look at them.
Yep,
Okay,
I'm
so
looking at them.
the basic attack cooldown lowered. Okay, so that's a buff. An increased. Okay, so they buffed Aluna. What about Arachna?
Well, Arachna, they increased their starting strength and their starting agility
Buff.
by, yeah,
Okay.
it's a little bit.
And they normalized Corrupted Disciples mana cost of his Corrupted Conduit, which is a nerf.
Yeah,
Well,
not
I mean
really
it's an
that.
early it's an
I
early game
mean,
nerf.
it's not really that
Doesn't really
necessary, but
matter.
it
Yeah.
doesn't. Yeah, it's not really changing too much. Defiler raised starting agility, and they raised base armor, which is a result of the starting agility raise. They actually increased and kind of increased. They normalized Grave Silent radius,
Hmm.
so it starts out at a 50 higher radius than it used to. And I guess there was something wonky with Geometer's Bane and her ult, so I don't really know what that's about, but that's not
And
too important.
Devour, they fixed a thing where Valkyrie could courageous leap out of it, right?
Yep,
Okay.
they did that for a few different things, and they did it with Magnus too, so
Okay.
that once an ability has landed, people with escapes can't just like leave because that doesn't make sense. If you
Hmm.
land the ability, they should be trapped anyways.
Yeah.
So this was like that's a pretty logical change. Um, Electrician, you can't use energy shield with less than 5 mana, and energy absorption no longer has the first target mechanic. You don't get 5 charges when you hit a hero
Oh,
for
okay.
it,
Okay.
and a lot of people QQing about that.
Okay.
Apparently that's
Well,
like big stuff.
engineer got buffed. That's it. They buffed his mines. Flux.
Yeah, and it's well, just a siddle,
Sorry, I'm trying to do this
siddle.
quick.
I don't
Sorry.
know why I said siddle. No, well, engineer minds played engineer all day today just for the lulz on my sub account, and it's funny. Like it's you don't think 50's a lot, but it is. I was placing mines in like not intelligent spots, and they were still like, "Whoa, what's up, son?" And then chasing after people. So
That's
that's
crazy.
kind of funny. Flux, he can now target allies with magnetic surge, which is his push and pull, and
Hmm.
it's also physical damage
That's
now.
a big buff. That's actually
Yeah,
something notable.
that's
That's a big
huge
buff.
and really necessary. Like that was just awesome. It's funny because it was implemented as a bug by accident for like a few hours and then patched out and people like pulled to get it back
That
because it was
must
so
be
cool.
really painful for S2, knowing that their best ideas are just bugs.
Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate.
Things we actually mean to implement suck, but you know.
And if you're a Flux player, you'll probably appreciate this. If you're into mechanics, then you'll appreciate it anyways. But push and pull doesn't
Doesn't have a
stop
cooldown
your
like
animation
asshole.
anymore.
Excuse me.
So that's good because before you'd be like, well, I'm gonna pull this dude, or I'm gonna shove this dude, and you'd have to stop, and it'd be
Yeah.
like those embarrassing moments when people taunt and cancel channels, and
Hmm.
it's no good.
Well, Forsaken Archer fix something, doesn't care. Okay, next.
Gauntlet, they fixed his sounds.
Okay,
Yeah, nobody cares
Gemini.
about that
Oh
either.
god, Gemini got nerfed into the ground. That's pretty much it, though. Nerf, 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 nerf. They nerfed
Yeah,
Fire and Ice. They nerfed his nerf, and they nerfed him with nerfs, with more nerfs.
they really just made it so that he has a lot more of a build up. You can the two biggest things being he doesn't start out with 100% stat split between
Oh
his
yeah.
ults and his move speed now transfers to his ults because before the strategy was literally pick up a bunch of bracers and no boots and then have two wolves with shit tons of HP and like regular move speed because they had their own move speed that wasn't based on yours. So now you can't start out like the pimp king with your two wolves and moving at like light speed without boots. So
Pimp King.
that's I'm sorry Gemini players, but
Don't be sorry.
now you have to actually know how to micro to play your hero.
Anybody
Well,
that bought Gemini is just stupid. Except for
you
you, of course.
have to micro. I didn't buy him because you're stupid.
Oh, my bad. I thought you did. Okay, well, next one
No.
is Hammerstorm. They buffed him good. Oh
Whoa,
no, that's
whoa, you're
Geometer.
missing.
Geomancer. Sorry.
Don't be hasty here, man.
You
This
were
is big.
talking. I thought.
It's big.
Go on.
Geomance is not.
No, hurry up. Go.
I thought you were gonna
Geomancer.
talk.
No,
Fuck you.
Geomancer. You do Geomancer. Go, 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 quick.
He can't dig while he's immobilized. Same thing as leap. Same thing as
Dig.
mag.
Bury me.
He can use items though, so you can like frostfield plate and
Oh yeah.
codex people if you're a dig, which is kind of funny. They decreased the time on his ult to 2.5 from 3. It's still pretty impossible to land without a really good setup, but
Whatever.
they're starting to get the idea that he needs something. So
Okay, well, Hammerstorm they buffed. Good movement
yep,
speed buff. Good intelligence buff. He needs the intelligence because of pretty much what the strategy used to be is just get his hammer and then just get bonus stats for the intelligence.
for
So the
sure.
base intelligence might actually make you want to put one into Galvanize. But other than that, not much is going to change.
Galvanize is the shit.
It is. But level
Jerziah,
2, whatever.
Jerziah, Protective Charm, and Soul's Blessing no longer give assist. So bad news to
Ah,
everyone
wow.
who ever wanted gold on Jerziah
I'm a
because
big
now you're not gonna
Jerziah
get
player
it.
too. That's a
Yeah,
pain.
well, now you're not going to get it unless you like KS, so that's kind of
Fuck
really
balls.
not a good term of encouragement
Okay,
there.
Kraken got a big nerf. Nerfed his strength gain and nerfed release the Kraken's damage.
Necessary, very necessary. Kraken hurts.
Lord Self for butt.
Lots of Lord Selforus, they removed the cast time on life tap, which was really my biggest gripe with him. His W, which gave him a move speed boost,
We'd be
and
like,
those
"Wah!"
slew of other things. Yeah, the time it took to cast it actually meant that the speed buff was pointless because
Almost negatable because
yeah,
the
just because
time
I had to
the time
stop
you
and
took
cast it for so
casting
long.
would negate the time
Yep.
movement you would have
And
gained.
they just removed that, so now it's pretty intense. It's a good change. I
That's
enjoy
awesome.
it. You can just like ride people down if you have the alt avatar like me.
Nerf to Mage Bane. Nerfed his strength, nerfed flash. Awesome. Keep nerfing that shit.
Didn't nerf him enough. Needs more nerfs. Needs requires
Just take away
additional.
one of his glaives.
He's really easy to kill in the early game now if people coordinate against him, but he still ends up like a ridiculous, unstoppable powerhouse.
Yeah.
I think the flash range honestly just needs to be permanently reduced.
Okay.
But that's just me. Magnus, same thing I already said. Can't move when immobilized. Just logical.
Sweet dog. Oh, I got an interesting one. Martyr's Sacrificial Lamb got reworked. It now gives allies increased movement and attack speed based on how low his health is. Like all the time, I guess, right? No, it's not all the time. It's when he casts it.
It's no. I'm pretty sure it's
Isn't the passive when you
actually
die,
no.
though?
Yeah, no, you know what it is? It was the heal. When he sacrificed a percent of his health to heal allies around him.
So they removed the heal and gave him the speed buff, but when he dies, it gives you the speed buff anyway, right?
It's still, I believe it still gives you a buff.
Okay, so cool. That's awesome.
I'm not entirely sure. Midas, they swapped
Pat?
the cooldowns on Lion's Pride and Golden Salvo, and they reduced the heal by what is that? I'm bad at math.
A number.
210 to 120. It's pretty big. Pretty
Those
big.
are numbers. Sorry.
Yep.
They nerfed Monarch. Yeah, big nerf. Nerfed armor, nerfed movement speed, nerfed crippling pollen. Awesome.
He's still pretty ridiculous, but
Isn't it
at least
she?
he's getting down here. She, whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Sorry,
I just
talking
remember that
about
it has.
she.
I just remember it has the only voice that I've ever had to mute.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You haven't played Dota 2 enough. Christ. We played Queen of Pain the other day. Horrible. She keeps saying, Pain Train. It's so bad.
Man, that's like us in real life. It's totally chill.
So bad. Go
Moon
on,
Queen,
Moon Queen.
they increased attack range by 20, so maybe she'll be the tiniest bit more viable now.
That's
Which is
hard
weird,
carry.
because if you think about it, Luna was like a stomper back
Luna
in
was the
Dota.
god in Dota.
Yeah, and you don't see Moon Queen. You really don't. If you play Moon Queen, you get like your nuts rocked off by far superior carries.
Talking about
And
nuts
they-
getting rocked off, we got Face Slam getting the
You're just
boss-
trugging along.
Dude, let's keep going, man. Pharaoh.
All right. Is Mummy sucking player controlled units?
Okay, that's notable. That is stupid. That doesn't make any sense. 'Cause
Nope.
The last
If they
people
have an
you
army of
actually want
summons,
in
the
there-
summons are now going to be brought in with
Yeah.
whoever Mummy.
The last thing
That's
you
a
actually
weird
want in
mechanic.
there is a player-controlled non-hero. You want heroes, not non-heroes. Because you want the hero in there so that your stupid Hellfire hits them. If there's non-heroes, the RNG is going to hit them instead. Suck. I hate that. Sorry. Predator buff. Okay.
Didn't
That's
need it, but they did it anyways.
Yeah, they buffed Predator.
Cooldown on his sleep reduced.
Yep.
That's
I don't need to read it. Come on.
Hey, son.
Small son.
Puppet mess. I hate you, Moon
Yo,
Meander.
this is a good episode. I can already tell.
It's a good
I'm like
episode.
moving my webcam around, dancing, laughing.
Around? Oh, I can't see you. I just see that stupid ass face you're making with your headphones on my fucking Skype
Let's go.
icon.
Come on.
Alright.
Puppet Master, buff.
Puppet Master? Yeah. Buffed him a little bit. Necessary. He's still not viable, but
Revenant, Essence Shroud,
just got
cooldown,
balanced out.
nerf. Oh no, buff.
well, his
uh,
cooldown got buffed, but the duration got nerfed.
It's
a
like a
little bit.
buff normalization. Okay, cool. Soul Reaper, go.
Soul Reaper, they increased his armor to 1.75 from 1.10, and the mana cost got reduced on Judgment, which is pretty big. The armor is also pretty big because he ends up kind of tanky. And I believe the increase on the range of his aura is back to what it used to be because it got nerfed a while back. So he's actually extra ridiculous now. He's pretty silly. He's a
Okay.
silly dude.
I'm silly too. Succubus. Actually,
Can't
this
fuck
is
with it.
interesting. They reworked Smitten, so instead of what it used to do is it used to pretty much negate all attack damage.
Yeah, it was like
And-
128% auto attack damage,
Yeah, and now what it does is it decreases all damage dealt by 40%,
which is awesome because she was like not that viable before.
which
I
is
mean,
interesting. You're not gonna shut down hard carries as much.
no, but now,
you're gonna shut down
offensively-
everyone now.
Well, yeah, now you can slap it on like Pebbles and not get globaled in seconds flat. Well, maybe you still will be, but if you have
Global?
vestments and that on them, yeah, it's a term to
Pebbles
describe
is-
getting completely wiped out in like seconds.
Oh, I was thinking like Pebbles has a global ultimate. Zeus.
No, that would be
Rocks
frightening.
everywhere.
Wait, what would that do? He just everyone grows.
No, Avalanche's AoE is the
Everyone
entire map.
grows. Everyone grows. Everyone.
Okay.
Everywhere.
Go tremble, quick.
Reduced his starting armor by a full point necessary. They increased the mana cost on Terraform, also necessary. Not enough nerfs. Need more nerfs. Tremble troll faces. Stupid hero.
Okay, Zephyr,
Nerfed.
Okay, no one cares. No one plays Zephyr. If you want to play Zephyr, play Amon-Ra.
Well,
That's just simple.
everyone played Zephyr, but now nobody plays Zephyr as much
Amon-Ra.
because he's yeah.
Amon-Ra is just better.
Rod does everything that everyone else does better than they do.
Okay, bug
Everyone.
fixes. Bunch of bug fixes.
These
Cool,
are
cool,
kind of
cool.
not really
No one
relevant.
cares. I'm not talking about those. Okay, so that's not it though. That's not it. Totally forgot to apologize to you guys that this episode is.
Apologize.
Shut the fuck up.
Almost.
Apologize. I forgot to apologize that this episode is so late. But one of the good things about it is just today, on their YouTube page, I'm gonna put the picture over to you. Say something. Start talking. They post.
So talking.
I guess I'll talk. They
Oh.
posted. Start talking. No, I'll talk.
We dug up the new hero spotlight
Yeah,
that is apparently coming out this Friday, which is
we found the new
a
hero
lot
spotlight.
earlier than I expected. I
Yeah,
thought there was
right?
still a bigger wait time on Artesia. I guess I was wrong. Unless he's not going to be unless he's not going to be EA. But that probably won't be the case because
Yeah,
it's
they
S2.
want money. Yeah.
Yep.
Few. Sorry.
So all of you people who bought Artesia, you got Artesia for like
All you
not
people
3
who bought
weeks.
her over Artesia. No. Okay.
I was pretty bought out over Artesia. She's good though.
God damn it. Where is he?
That's good. That's
Okay.
good at. I will clean up.
Oh, you ugly. You an ugly motherfucker.
You
Sorry.
talking to me? I'm gonna slap you.
Not you. Sorry. I'm trying to. I'm not prepared. I'm doing all this like live.
Fuck it.
Okay. Yeah, really.
do it
Let's
live.
do it live. Okay. Talking about live. That's the new hero, BeZerkeR. He's a Viking, kind of like Olaf. Let's just get that out of the way. Viking Olaf. La 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 la.
He's a strength carry.
Yep. He's a
Melee
strength
strength
carry.
carry.
And
And very much a carry, not even a tank. Like, his abilities are like, you get strength, and then you hit things a lot harder than you hit things before.
that's
So-
how the new announcer says it exactly, pretty much.
Right? That's what I'm saying, dude.
Okay. Dun dun dun. I have the Game of Thrones thing stuck in my head. Sorry. Okay, so let's look at this real quick. That's his.
Oh shit, ignore that. That wasn't supposed to happen. I'm sorry, guys. That was a
Well,
misclick.
that's all right. This is his first ability, Chain Spike. Pretty much, he connects somebody with a chain, and it slows, and then you can break it to stun them and deal damage. His next ability is what is it? Strength Sap. There it is. Where
Yep.
he literally just saps the strength of nearby enemies. Excuse me. Is
Allies.
shut up.
So, come stand a little close to me.
His third ability is Marked for Death, or Mark for Death, where he it's kind of like Track on Bounty Hunter, but it only gives you the movement speed if you're looking at the target, which is interesting.
funny.
And the cooldown is reset when you kill
Use
the
it to
target.
run, which is good.
Yeah, you can't use it to run away, and it resets when you kill the target. So you can put it on one guy, kill him, put it on another guy, kill him. It'll be very interesting. Yeah, and his ultimate is pretty much lol 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 lol. It's Carnage. What does it do again? It like
Well, it renders him immune to debuffs and stuns.
and increases the damage you take.
It increases his damage based on his max HP.
But doesn't it have a negative effect?
He takes a little bit more damage, but
Okay.
like the damage you're gonna dish out as a result of its buff
Yeah.
far surpasses the damage you're gonna take, especially since you're gonna have so much HP anyways, because they encourage huge HP stacking. So you're just gonna walk into your enemy's base and you're gonna pick up their fountain, and you're gonna throw it out the door, and then you're gonna annihilate their team 4 times.
You're just gonna punch that fountain in the mouth.
Straight.
Okay, so
punk ass healing mouth.
I have one thing to say about this guy. I kind of like him. He's an interesting hero, but his name's BeZerkeR. He kind of seems more like a weird BeZerkeR.
Like ticking clock berserker.
No, but
With a Z, by the way, they don't spell it with an S. That would be weird.
this episode, he
Dead
kind of
episode.
seems more like a gladiator, to be completely honest, than like a BeZerkeR. I don't know. I kind of wanted to see him go ape and just start like ripping people up, but I guess his ultimate's kind of like that. So I don't know. What do you think? What do you think about him, Noah?
I think he's gonna kick lots of ass. Probably like inordinate OP amounts of ass. So I'm gonna get him.
You gonna buy him,
Oh yeah.
even if he's $5,000?
It won't be $5,000. It'll be $10. Actually, he'll be slightly less than $10, but they only let you buy a minimum of $10. So
Are you gonna be buying Zig?
hell no, I ain't gonna buy a Zig.
Why not? He
I'll
looks
put money into that game.
he looks so pretty.
What do you think
Okay.
this is? I ain't giving China my money. They got their own damn country.
Okay, well, that's pretty much it, guys. When it comes to news for this week,
Yeah, the one non-news thing I want to say, for those of you who are subscribed to us and watch our videos that aren't just here for the beta key, I much appreciate it. If you are, that's fine. We appreciate the views and stuff. But if you genuinely just like want to watch us, that's nice. Big props to you.
Hmm. I mean, we are just two assholes in our bedrooms talking about games, but hey, if you want to watch that, sure. And we do collect the information of the week and present it in a attractive fashion when I'm on screen. So there you go.
It's more attractive when I'm on screen, of
Oh,
course.
I'm sure. Well, most of the time we're both. So how you doing up there?
This
Okay,
is how
well,
we this is how we present the weekly
yeah, yeah,
news.
yeah, yeah. Okay, well, that's pretty much it, guys. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh,
That's it, really.
just wanted to let you guys all know, I'm still getting messages from people asking for the Dota 2 beta key. The beta key was given away last episode, last week, to a guy
And we
named
do not
Grotto.
have more yet.
We do not have more yet, but we might have two
So y'all can
in February,
settle down and we'll let you know.
which is to Wednesday. So we might have some ish next week. If we do, we'll let you guys know. Obviously, we will get that information out there. But if we don't, I'm sorry, not much we can do. If you have extra beta keys and you want to donate them, go ahead. We would obviously appreciate it. I mean, yeah, sure, we'll take beta keys. We'll
But
just give them out.
otherwise, just
Yeah, we'll just give them
chillax
back
and we'll
out.
let you know what goes on.
Just enjoy the show, guys. If you have any suggestions, you can send them to us at aosstation@gmail.com, and it'll be in the description, as well as all the patch notes that we discussed today in this week in news in the AOS genre. So, with that being said, this is Tom and Noah signing out for the fourth episode of the AOS Station.
Peace.
Peace out, guys.